Hey, it's me, your friend Mav. Or that's what I would say, you probably don't know who I am. I'm not that schizophrenic man living in your basement. That's in your imagination. Also, don't touch my piss jars. I like hunters, a lot, in Wrath Classic. I like them so much that I decided to level another one of these fuckers to 80. And no, I didn't buy a boost. I suffered through the leveling experience like a true classic Andy. I figured, why not give players who don't play Hunter, or have just started a Hunter alt, an inside look at how to play Hunter, all the way from a fresh level 80 at a consistently high level. If you've seen my initial video on Survival Hunter specialization, you know I'm kind of the Hunter Goblin on my server Westfall. Here are my parses, I know what I'm talking about, you get it. I'll be showing you a bunch of easy pieces you can obtain, whether you can buy it from the auction house, get it from rep, or from professions. I will also be sharing the tales of this hunter as this series goes on. Let's begin with what you want from the auction house. The very first item, and you probably guessed what this is greatness. It is so absurdly good for survival hunters, it will be Biss in Ulduar. Just get it, it's worth it. The second item I would take a look at is Rusted Link Spike Gauntlets. These things are fucking insane. A lot of hit rating, crit, agility, and a socket for even more agility. Another piece that you can snag on the auction house for cheap, or if you have an abundance of Valor emblems on another character, is Arm Guard of the Tower Archer. They're not insane, but they have good hit, good agility, and better than pretty much everything else besides your Biss, really. Another item that isn't exactly required, because you can get a very slight upgrade in a heroic, is the Nezingwary 4000, but let's be real for a second. What bitch wants to use a crossbow when you can use your God-given Second Amendment right to firearms? Finally, the last auction house item that I would say is required is Titanium Impact Band. It's not that there aren't better rings, it's just not likely you'll see better for a hot minute. They're not even 700 gold on my server right now, so I just grabbed it for shits and giggles, and they give you a socket, so more agility. Yay. I also got some shitter level 80 chests that I'll replace almost immediately. Same thing with a belt. Now, I did a lot of questing while leveling, so when I did some quests in Icecrown, I saved up those juicy hero badges and was able to snag the Mirror of Truth and Pendant of the Outcast Hero as soon as I hit level 80. Then I focused on leveling engineering, and I got myself True Sight Ice Blinders. They're pre-Biss, very good. Be an engineer, get the enchants, and get the helmet. I'm not asking. I wanted to level jewel crafting, but I'm kind of a broke bitch. I can't afford it right now. Beyond these items that I mentioned, my gear is dog shit. I'm still wearing 3 heirloom pieces at the start. I'd say the amount of gold that this cost actually wasn't too bad. I'd say maybe the gear that I paid for cost me a total of 8 or 9k, and literally half of that shit's from buying greatness and counting gold spent leveling engineering. So for rep, I started with Knights of the Ebon Blade because at Revered you can get your pre-Biss melee weapon as well as a very good pair of shoulders, which both pieces would replace all of my heirlooms. So now I go and do heroics, and I mean a fuck ton of heroics in one day. And in our second heroic of the day, oops, scratch that shit about Ebon Blade shoulders, I got the shoulders from Heroic UP my first run. 1 heirloom gone, baby. Still want that sword though, so we're still getting this shit to Revered. And we got that sword. Nice. Now I'm gonna start focusing on Argent Crusade rep. They got some nasty good boots and a chest piece, so we're going after that as soon as possible. Heroics ended with me hitting Revered with Argent Crusade and Knights of the Ebon Blade, and got me enough badges to get myself a snazzy new belt. And in the middle of all these heroics, I got into a VOA 25 man that my good friends started. I got PvP gloves that I'll never use because who fucking PvPs in this game? After the well of awful fucking pugs and heroics ran dry, I went to the next best thing. Awful fucking pugs and raids. After trying and failing to get into a GDKP, I got myself into a 10-man EOE and OS2 Drake run. This shit was fucking awful. EOE went just fine, but OS2 Drake on Trash, the 2 4K gear score pally tanks, couldn't hold aggro off of a 3.2k gear score hunter. And when I died, they blamed the healers. And they're right, if you heal, fuck you. The Drake tank couldn't figure out how to keep whelps off the Sarth tank, which really wasn't even a problem since I misdirected him most of the whelps. This fucking goblin, this absolute buffoon, decides to use righteous defense and taunts Sarth on a breath, wiping the raid instantly. We finally got OS2 Drake down on our third attempt. While it was frustrating, it was also completely unrewarding. I didn't get shit, and I'm pissed. Then I thought I'd try my hand at an EOE 25, which took about 20 minutes longer than it should have, since the main tank decided to rip a fucking bong before he pulled, and couldn't sit in front of his computer for 15 whole minutes. I also still didn't get shit. I'm still pissed. That pretty much concludes my first day of being level 80, and is also where I'll end this video for now. I hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, never come back. Please subscribe. See ya.